With today's health concerns, more important than ever, take care of your body. M-Drive Elite. Go to mdriveformen.com. Immunity support, testosterone support. Good to have you in. So Tom Brady's dad is talking. Tom Brady always says, "Dad, don't talk. Don't talk about my football. You get very emotional, Dad." But Tom Brady Sr. is talking about the breakup between Tom Brady, the Patriots, and Bill Belichick.
Bill's got a lot of responsibilities to keep the Patriots on track, and that is a bigger responsibility than keeping Tommy under the hood. You know, both of them are mature individuals, and I really respect Bill's decision and respect Tommy's decision as well. It's okay to take different paths. You don't have to stay joined at the hip. I mean, I can't tell you the hundreds of times that Tommy has said Bill is the best coach in football.
You know, here's the thing about the relationship between star quarterback and head coach in the NFL. It's tough love. They call you out. They yell at you. It doesn't work that way in the NBA. In the NBA, the coach yells at the star, the coach is gone. That's not a real relationship. A real relationship between you and your wife is that she gets an opinion too. And when she's upset with you, she can voice it. And you argue some days. And some days it's tough love. That's authentic. That's real. That's how real relationships work. That's how it works in the NFL. Mike McCarthy and Aaron Rodgers won a Super Bowl. There were times they didn't like each other. And there were times Brady and Belichick didn't like each other. But it was respectful, and it was successful, and they had their differences. And that's a real relationship. If you're married to somebody, the NBA is all about worshiping the star. James Harden tells Mike D'Antoni when they practice, they have to run it through the star. Doesn't work that way in Green Bay with Aaron Rodgers, and it doesn't work that way in Kansas City with Patrick Mahomes. I don't necessarily think Kevin Durant having to be coddled at times in Golden State so he doesn't bail on us is healthy. And by the way, the stars who are coddled in the NBA often bail anyway. Can you imagine being in a relationship and all you do is you worship your partner and you never say bad things. You tell them how great they are and they leave on you anyway. Is that a healthy relationship? A healthy relationship is you stay together through thick and thin, and both people get an opinion. And some days my wife is furious at me, and I sit there and I take it. And then some days I'm not happy with her, and it's called like love and authenticity and real. The NBA is so stacked against the coach. I mean, coach of the year in the NBA is an unemployment slip halfway through the next season. I mean, Dwayne Casey did nothing but win, and he got whacked in Toronto. And so, you know, whenever we talk about the NBA and the NFL and, you know, Belichick, this and that, I find the relationship between star and coach in the NFL to be much more real. It's like any relationship I've ever been in. My kids sometimes are furious with me. All right, they still love me. I still love them. But some days I don't want to see them. In the NBA, worship the star or you get run out of town. That's not a real relationship. That is a power dynamic that is at its best conciliatory and fake, and at its worst, it's a con job. So when I see it's okay for employees to have power, but I should be able to say to my boss, I don't like what we're doing, and he should be able to say to me, this is why we're doing it. I don't want to have an uneven playing field, me having the advantage or him, her, ever. So I do think there are times the NBA is too much about the star. It creates unhealthy relationships that often end anyway. Arguing's okay. Telling you why I'm dissatisfied is okay. Coddling and worshiping is not. If you want to keep it real, that's not real. Joy with the news. Joy Taylor with the news.
Okay, is that not playing? I think I'll just go.
Yeah.
Okay, so the AFC East has been dominated by the Patriots since Tom Brady has been their quarterback. And now that he's out of the division, Bills receiver Isaiah McKenzie is excited for his team to take a step up.
The Brady situation, I cheered because, he's a great player. You can't take it away from him. Him, leaving. Our team is stacked, and the last 2 years we've been giving him a run for his money. But now that he's gone, it's going to be kind of the Bills' time to take over and things like that. So, I like it.
Yeah, Brady is 32-3 against the Bills in his career.
Isn't that
so
incredible?
To say that he dominated the Bills is probably a gross understatement.
He had maybe one of his worst games ever in Buffalo one year. I think he threw 5 picks. You could Google it and look it up. He had a horrible game in Buffalo about 7 years ago. But by and large, 32-3. I'm not sure if there's a quarterback that's ever had, well, because Brady's played so long, that's got to be the greatest winning percentage. Pittsburgh has crushed Cleveland through the years. Big Ben.
Yeah, but it's not as bad as this.
Yeah.
This is dramatic. But it is all in the Bills this year. Like the Bills have no excuses. Tom Brady is gone. The Dolphins are rebuilding. We don't know what the Jets are yet. And the Patriots have Stidham. So if this is the year, let's see what
for
you
the
got,
record,
Bills.
the Bills have made the playoffs twice in 3 years. So
Right.
they added Stephon Diggs to a improving offense. So it's not disrespectful to New England to say Buffalo will absolutely be better and New England will be worse, and they will probably win the division because they were a playoff team anyway last year.
Right. But they need to do more than just that.
Right.
I think it's a given that they win the AFC East. But according to Fox Bet, the Patriots are still the favorites to win the AFC East at plus 105, and the Bills are second at plus 150.
Yeah, I think totally disagree.
So Kyle Allen, Josh Allen, and your guy Sam Darnold are still getting some work in despite being stuck at home. Kyle Allen and Josh Allen are living together in Southern California, with Darnold only 15 minutes away. The three quarterbacks have been training with Jordan Palmer. They lift weights in a 40-square-foot garage to make sure they practice social distancing as much as possible. And Kyle Allen also said one of the hardest parts of training during this time is finding a place to throw. He also said it's pretty boring. Their workouts end around 1 p.m., and then they play cards or video games and watch movies. So they're doing what everybody else is doing.
Yeah.
They're just getting their workouts in.
I don't know how you've done it, but my daughter and I are together at home, and she's a great roommate because she's, self-reliant. So we get into this thing. I get home. I have lunch. If it's warm out, you'll both kind of lay outside in the sun or sit outside in the sun. And then I'll go for a run. She'll go maybe for a run or a walk. And then we come back and yesterday we made oatmeal cookies. We have an assignment or something. And then we watch a movie and I pour a cocktail. And then she does Instagram for an hour and a half. And I'll go read for an hour and a half. And then we meet for dinner. And, it's just, you got to create a new schedule. And I think you and I have said this. Outside, I don't get to play tennis anymore, which I'd like to do a couple times a week. Outside of that, I'm just trying to make the best of it. It's just the new normal. I've got a little pattern here, and my wife says it too. She's like, it's a new pattern, but it doesn't take you long. Don't be rigid. Just find kind of a new little pattern, and mentally, I think you can get through it.
Yeah. Again, I feel very blessed that I have this job and that you have this job and we're able to still do our jobs every single day. So it does take a big chunk of our day and energy to do our jobs. So to me, the routine hasn't really changed very much for me other than, obviously not going outside.
Yeah.
But finding a routine and establishing a new routine, a new temporary routine, for me, has been very helpful mentally, and it just keeps your spirits up knowing that you have something to do later on in the day, and don't sit around on the couch all day. So Tom Brady will continue to wear number 12 for the Buccaneers, as we know. Chris Godwin, who previously wore the number, offered it to Brady and will change to number 14 this season. Tampa Bay also confirmed earlier this year that they will have new uniforms for the 2020 season, and they announced yesterday that they will reveal the new look next Tuesday. This will be the team's first uniform redesign since 2014. Their 2014 uniforms, they've not been not had a lot of success in those uniforms. So I think they're going to reveal a new one. Hopefully it will be absorbed a little better than the LA Rams logo change.
I didn't hate the Rams logo as much as everybody else. I think it's fine. The colors are the same. It was a little, I don't know. I looked at it and there was 4 variations of it, and 2 of them I was like, all right, I'm fine with it. I'm good with it.
I am not a fan, but I'm also a big jersey person. I don't lose my mind with jersey changes, but some people don't like change. We all know that. But I do think that it's time for the Bucs change. I would like to see them go back to their original colors. I like their original.
Oh Lord,
creamsicle colors.
Now Seattle's. I grew up in Seattle. The Seahawks' original uniforms, I think, are some of the best in league history. I didn't like their change. at all. I think
I like their change.
Go back and look at Russell Wilson. It was on Instagram the other day. Russell, somebody put him in an old Seahawk uniform. God, it looks spectacular.
Yeah, Seahawks always have good uniforms.
Yep.
Their throwbacks are good, too. But so they're going to have Tom Brady, so a new quarterback and new uniforms.
You know who
and
I
Chris
like?
Godwin's gonna be in a
You know
number
who
as
I
well.
like in the NFL? I like the Niners uniforms. I've always liked the Niners uniforms. You know why? It's that the gold is a different gold. Kind of the gold rush feel to it. Niners have always had, even in the 50s, 60s, always liked the Niners unis.
Yeah, Niners look sharp.
Good stuff, Joy, with the news. Yeah, our computers are down. Coming up next, in honor of April Fool's Day, I'm going to give you, there's some doozies here, the most foolish trades in NBA history, and that is coming up.